Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Modded Minecraft. I apologize for the small hiatus. It's been a very busy past couple weeks because I got engaged. What? I know, I never thought it would happen either. But it's been really busy trying to get some stuff planned for the wedding. We're trying to do it in about 6 months, so trying to cram a lot into a short period of time, and the sun is going down. But I'm still here, and we got some Minecraft to play. So I've been trying to decide what I want to work on next. There's two obvious things, one of which would be power, so we can start working on machines, try and come up with a big power plant area, a bunch of different ways to generate power, and start collecting that in some redstone cells or whatever they're called. I'm not going to look it up. But probably a more pressing need right now is food, because right now I can kill things fast, but then the area becomes kind of barren and they're not respawning as fast as I'm eating, and I have to cook the food. So I think we need to go ahead and get a food situation set up pretty quick. So what I want to do out here, this is going to be a new area, obviously. We're not at the Elven place. But I'm going to do like an old style American farmstead area. So I'm going to do a big homestead up here. That's going to be where the building is. And then down into this valley, I'm going to get rid of a few more of these trees. And also, we'll talk about that in just a second. I'm going to have a bunch of raised beds and some fields, and primarily it's going to be Pam's Harvest Craft out here. And I think that's going to be our primary food source for a while. I might do some animal farms out here. I don't really know yet. The whole series is kind of just flying by the seat of my pants and figure out what I want to do while I'm doing it. So let's talk about this big monstrosity over here. You can see I've cleared a lot of it. Well, I guess you can't actually see, but we'll go up top here. Oh, I need to talk about this too as soon as we're done with this. I'm probably gonna have to break what I want to do today up into 2 episodes, so I'm not rushing stuff and you can actually see what's going on. But let's just look at this. This is a volcano. I don't think it's an actual biome. They just randomly spawn. Kind of a pitiful volcano. But what it does, the way it spawns this middle bit here, and then it runs this basalt. You can see where I just wanted to see how deep it was, and it's very deep, apparently. It spreads all over the place. You can see how it went out there in the water. That's the way most of this field looked. Anywhere that's not grass like this was all basalt. So I had to clear probably 2/3 of this out. So if I ever need basalt, I've got aplenty. And I'll continue clearing this out as time goes on, just so we have more area to work with. But let's kind of do a quick overview with some of the stuff we're going to be working with out here. So first, I said we're going to be working primarily with Pam's Harvest Craft, and with Pam's, let's see if I can find a wild one. I think there's one over here. You get these gardens, is what they're called, that spawn randomly around the world. So here we have a gourd garden, and when you break that, you get several different fruits. I think it's random. But there's a different set of fruits and vegetables and whatever that are associated with each garden type. So I'll go ahead and throw these in here. We got 2 pumpkins and a cantaloupe. So that's how that works. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different garden types that I've been able to find, all with a different set of drops that they can give you. And we'll just go through them. We got a ground garden, leafy gourd, which we already saw, water, berry, stalk, tropical, herb, grass, and mushroom. And I think there's actually a mushroom garden there. They always spawn on logs. That's kind of cool. But when you have the garden, you can place it down, and you can pick it up by right-clicking on it, which says how I got all of these. But what I think I want to do now real quick is place them all and see what drops we get from each. I'm not actually sure what all of the options are. I guess I could look it up and painstakingly go through all of the options. They might be categorized. No, I think these are all of the options it gives you. Nope, there's more here. Let's see if I see any more. But you can make all these recipes with them by combining them. So you can make, let's see, a deluxe cheeseburger. So you make, oh, well, guess we should have started with the basic one. To make a hamburger, you need a skillet, toast, and tofu. Gross. We would use beef. But yeah, let's go ahead and break all of these. Nice. Oh my goodness, there's so many. Crap. And we'll just throw these in this chest. So we got beets, rutabagas, rhubarb, sweet potatoes, turnips, and what else we got here? I saw potatoes, just the regular Minecraft potatoes. More sweet potatoes, parsnips, onions. Is that it? Go ahead and get the rest of it here. Nope, still got more. There's the potatoes, rhubarb, peanuts. I hadn't seen those before. And what are these? These are radishes. So right there, from one garden type, we've got, what is that, 10 different types of vegetables. And these are like any other Minecraft crop. You can, ooh, what is that? Pretzel and mustard. You can plant them. You can break them and get more seeds and eventually grow out the farm from just one plant type. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for the rest of these so we can see what all we've got to work with, and then we'll move on to some of the other stuff we're going to use. So before anybody flips out, there is a textile garden with Pam's Harvest Craft, but all it drops is cotton, which is why I did not include it in our fancy display here. I went ahead and broke down all of the gardens, so all the drops are in these chests, but while I'm thinking about it, let's check out this armor situation I got going on. So I've used the Tinker's tools before, but I've never actually tried the armor. They've each got different characteristics. For example, the Traveler's Goggles, you can see they have the ability to zoom with Z. So let you do that. Very nice. And like the Traveler's Vest, it lets you do Swift Swim, which is essentially, what is it? Aqua Affinity? Or the other one? They have like comparable vanilla Minecraft enchantments, but they aren't enchanted. The Traveler's Wings, you can kind of see him flapping there behind me. Oh, I see a creeper. But you may have noticed me jumping a little bit high. That's what the wings do. Let me slice and dice this guy real quick. Shabba! And there's a skeleton under there. The Traveler's Boots give me the automatic walk up one block. So that's, I don't really like it in vanilla, but if it's a mod, I'm okay with it, I guess. And they've all got mending on them, just like the tools do, so they will repair themselves over time, so they shouldn't ever break. And there are a couple of them, like I've added Perfect Dodge onto this. You can craft it with some other items that will give you an additional perk or whatever. And I've got full armor, so I assume it's pretty good armor. I haven't really put it through any stringent kind of test yet. But let's check out what we got from these gardens. We already saw the ground. This was the ground garden, yeah. So I'm not going to read them all, but I'll kind of scroll through them all. You can pause it if you want to see it. But we've got quite a few quite a few different items here. The water garden's a little weird. They gave me some critters. I don't know if... Let's check out a recipe. Let's look up the raw crab. Let's see what in the world we do with that. let's say get it. So you can make mashed food. And just cooked crab? What do I do with cooked crab? Same thing. So I'm not really sure what we'll do with these. I think cranberries, water chestnuts, and rice you can actually plant and regrow. I'm not sure about these other things, but they are cool. Green heartfish, an ocelot's favorite treat. Might have to find an ocelot and see what it does with that. A bunch of berries. These candleberries you actually use to make candles, and maybe a couple other things. I'm not sure. We'll have to check that out. This is the stock garden. Got the musical fruits down here. Tropical garden. I only had 3 of these that I found, so there might be other things from this group that we're missing. I'm not sure. All of our herbs. Very nice. What is this? Grass garden. Got bamboo. Corn. I hope some of these are more than 1 block tall. The mushroom garden only adds these white mushrooms, and then you get the vanilla mushrooms also. But we're going to do a bed or a field for each of these, so it's going to take up the majority of this valley down here, and I think it's going to look pretty cool when we're done with it. So now let's talk a little bit more about what we're going to do the second half of this episode, which is build our farmhouse up there on the hill. So I've got these mangrove trees, and I found these, oh goodness gracious, up here somewhere. Yeah, here's a mangrove biome. If you've seen mangrove trees in the wild, they've got these giant legs that kind of go down into the sand. And they've got this like bleach white wood. I think I've got some over here. Yeah. Let's check that out. Ooh. I think that's going to look really good as the outside of our house. So it looks like it's been painted white, but it's got some age to it. So I really like that. And for the roof, I'm thinking about something a little bit brighter. Oh, they're in my inventory. So I found these magic trees. I guess I don't need to show where I found everything, but they're from this biome right here. It's got blue and purple trees. But the wood on this... Shoot. Oh, I do have some fertilizer. Bam! Is like bright blue. I think that would be a cool contrast with the white. Suck it all up. And if I don't use this, I think I might go with the cherry wood. The Biomes of Plenty cherry wood, which is like bright red. Let me find that real quick. Cherry. It's this color. But I kind of like this a little bit more because it's got some variation in the shade of blue. So I think that would look good as shingles. And then for the foundation, we've got 2 variations of cobblestone. We've got this aligned cobblestone bricks and detailed cobblestone bricks. To me, this one looks like it's a little older, a little run down. And typically with older farmhouses, you'll see noticeably 2 different foundations. One from the original house and then another one from any additions that they put on, which looks noticeably cleaner and newer and not falling apart. So I'm going to try and display that with these 2 block types. So let's take all of this up there and see what we can come up with. Alright, a little bit of an update. I've got the main house outlined in the older stone brick, and then I'm going to have a kitchen addition off the back there, and that's with that new stone brick. Going to have a fireplace on this end of the house and probably a staircase up to a 2nd level here. And we'll have a little bit of a wraparound front porch on the back here and maybe one out that side. But really the biggest feature of this house is going to be the kitchen because this is going to be our food area. So we'll see if we can get everything we want to in there. Alright, just another quick update here. I got the porch and the walls and pretty much everything done. All I need to do is go back and fill in all these carpenter's blocks with that magic wood. But we can just take a quick look around. We got the... Ooh, what did I pick up? Owl egg. Nope, not today. Got the kitchen expansion off the back framed out. We come in, we have our living room here. And we'll have our kitchen area back here. I still need to do something with the ceiling here. You come up into the bedroom, I guess. I might do a window or something here, like a dormer window. I've got a little window here in the staircase. But that's where we are now. Yeah, I'll just do another quick jump cut after we've put the roof in. And maybe we'll do some decorating. That's not a bad looking little country house. So I'm actually running out of time for today. And I need to, let's see. I need to go through this mod and see what all of these machines I'm going to actually need. But I made a few of them. I don't have the emeralds to make this market, so I have no idea what it is. And I think the beehive and the apiary are going to be outside things. But I made these. I need to try these fish traps and animal trap. So let's just kind of place some of these down. We got a sink. I know what a sink is. That's pretty straightforward. Does it have an interface? Nope. Let's try this oven. That does have an interface. Is it? Yeah, I'm gonna have to learn more about this stuff. We got a churn. I assume that's for like butter. Okay. Interesting. We have the kern. I have no idea what that's for. Nope. Did I make anything else? I got these barrels. Yeah, I'm gonna need to do some research. But I made the barrels because I'm going to start on like a cellar area. Probably on this side. And I'm actually going to store all of the seeds in. And it probably doesn't need to come out that far. Maybe something like that. Will just be a ladder going down. And I'll have a barrel for each crop. Oop, oh, I got a barrel. Keep all my barrels in there. It'll just be a pretty close quarters little, what is it called? Like a storm cellar under the house there. I'll keep all my crops in there. But that's going to be it for today, I think. And we'll do, the next episode is going to be a lot more detail oriented. So we'll work on the house interior a lot more. We'll put some decoration on the outside. This line right here is bothering me. I feel like I need to break it up some. I might put a flower box or something. I don't know. But that's bothering me right now. Let's see if we get an owl. Well, he did something for us. I've hatched 3 of them now. But yeah, next episode we'll do a lot of detail stuff, and we'll do a lot of this field down here. I'll probably clear out a couple more of the trees, and obviously a lot of this grass is going to have to go. But that's going to be it for today. Hope you enjoyed, and we will see you again in the next one. Bye-bye.